Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Ray and today I have another Flosstube episode for you. And this one is going to be mostly stitching and lots of plans and things. So if this is your first time joining me, welcome. Everyone's welcome here. If you're returning, thank you for coming back. My name is Rachel. I go by Rachel Ray on the internet, and this is my little place online where I share all my crafty stuff. So please, if you haven't subscribed already, feel free to, and that'll allow you, it's free, and it'll allow you to get updates from me if you like my videos. So without further ado, I'm going to get started because there is quite a bit to talk about today. So as you might know, mostly on my channel, I do diamond painting, and then I do some cross stitching. I'm getting more and more into cross stitching as we get along, but I still focus very heavily on diamond painting. And right now, until the end of August, I'm in the Fun Never Ends DP Along with my very good friend, Crafting with Mrs. Crochet and Coffee here on YouTube. And so I'm actually in the middle, I'm really close to finishing my project, which is Where the Fun Never Ends by Manny Manzano and Diamond Art Club, which you will see behind me there if you're paying attention to the background of the screen. Don't worry about that yet. So I have a very strict deadline for myself for that project and for another project, which we will get into in a minute. So I don't have very many works in progress WIPs to show you right now. I don't have any finishes or anything like that. And it has been 2 weeks since my last confession. No, just kidding. It's been 2 weeks since my last Flosstube update. If you want to learn more about why that was, I won't talk about it here, but I did talk about it in Wednesday's video, which I call Whip and Chat Wednesday. I'll go ahead and link it up here for you. And I go into detail why I wasn't able to make videos on time last week and everything. But just so that you know, I am now fully vaccinated and I'm loving it. We just got back from breakfast at my brother-in-law's restaurant, which I was able to eat inside of for the first time in a very long time. So just to say that I'm really happy and is important. So I just want to put it out there. So that is what's going on in the background of all this. And that's important to know because it slowed me down a lot. If you've been here for a while, you know that I do a lot of different projects at once. I'm not a monogamous stitcher by any stretch of the imagination, but for the last few weeks and for the next few weeks, I'm going to have to be more or less, more than I normally am. Let's put it that way. So before we get into all of that, I wanted to go ahead and announce the giveaway winner from 2 weeks ago. I meant to draw the winner last week, but of course the video never went up. I wasn't able to film. So congratulations, I'll put it on the screen, to Valerie Honeycutt. Congratulations, Valerie. You won the cake pattern. Where did I put it now? Do you know the one? The one that I just showed. There it is. I put things away sometimes. This one, it says Getting Old Sucks, and it's by Raise the Roof. It's a super cute one. I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. So congratulations, Valerie. I have sent you an email. Please check your email so that I can get your address. Thank you for filling in the Google form, the Happy Mail form. And if you ever want to enter in one of the random giveaways that I might have on my channel, I just need you to fill in the Google form that asks you for your name and your email address. That way I can get into contact with you and I won't have anyone trying to steal your prize. Right. So that is the intro. Let's get into the works in progress. So I'm really excited to share this to you. I'm going to do the thing that I did last time, and I'm going to try this again and see how we get on. Hopefully it's okay. Whoop. Check this out. So this is the Cryptids Stitch Along by Witchy Stitcher. I don't know why this one. Bear with me now. Okay, so this is the Cryptids Stitch Along by Witchy Stitcher. And the first part of the stitch along is the border. And I'm happy to announce, I just checked my pattern keeper. I've gone along and around the bottom edge. I'm really not happy with the picture quality here. I'm sorry. I'm just going to fiddle around with it while I talk. So the frame here, the last time you saw it, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen here. Last time I just had the top part, and I've gone ahead and done the entire left side since, and around the corner at the bottom, and I did that last week. So I haven't touched it at all this week, but that is how far I got last week. I am at 41.89, so 42% finished with the frame. And the frame is going to be completely finished by the end of August. So I have to do the rest of this, go up, and then do a few more of these little bat motifs at the top. It's going to keep zooming in and out. Sorry. But we're going to do all of that in just a little while. So I'm going to hold it up to the front-facing camera now so that you can see it and not get sick. I'm so sorry. It's just that this is one of the ones that does not photograph well on either camera. This is 310, DMC 310 on Bee Stitch Me's Dreamsicle, which is a 16 count Aida that I have. It looks amazing. So I'm super happy with this. And I just need to put in a little bit more time on it so that I can keep up. So today is August the 21st. So I have a little over a week. 10 days before this needs to be finished. So yeah, I can break that up into 10 parts and get a little bit done every day. And then that way I will be up to date. Right now I'm doing a little bit every day on each of my crafts that needs to be done, and it is a test of my patience because I don't do well. So like you might have known if you followed me for a little while, I was doing the 25/7 challenge thing that's been going around, and I have since dropped it off because I'm really bad at picking up the same thing every day. I find it extremely monotonous, and I can't, like, I implemented the SWEWE principle, which is stitch what you want when you want, or stitch what I want when I want. I believe that's actually what it is. I stitch what I want when I want. And so putting those harsh, like, time limitations on myself, sometimes it can be motivational, and then sometimes it can be bothersome. And truthfully, it's more bothersome than helpful most of the time. But right now I am focused because of the plans, which I will get to in a little while, but we're not there right now. All right, next project is going to be really hard to show you, but story of my life, right? So we're gonna, where's the corner? There it is. Whoop. Here we go. All right, this is notoriously my most difficult project to show. This is the Temperature Mandala by Apricot Polka Dot. Nope. I have to mess with my camera again. So this is my Temperature Mandala by Apricot Polka Dot, and I'm getting there. I'm at the end of June now, so I think you can tell that Irish weather in the summer is pretty much the exact same temperature. I told y'all, it's room temperature. There was a spike. You can see the spike here and here. This pink area right there. Oh no, I haven't gotten there yet. Sorry. Hold the phone. This is frigid, and this is, hang on, let me follow the line. This would have been May and April. Oh, March. That's from Virginia. So Sorry, that's when I was in Virginia. Yeah, any of these bright colors really. But I'm about to get to the point where we were when in Ireland we had a heat wave, which was really cool. So this is about to get lit up a little bit. And these right here, which are really hard to see, it has like a heart and then lines coming out of it. These make bigger hearts. And basically the idea is that you stitch one little block that represents every day of the year, or each day of the year, and the little block you stitch with a different color that represents the temperature of that day. So I'm doing mine so that it's the temperature of the day in the place that I was that day, which is pretty easy because, you know, Tina has climbed on top of the coop. Tina's one of my chickens, and she's getting back down. Okay. They've been trying to escape. Like, they think that they're, I don't know, what was that show? Where they do like extreme stunts or whatever. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So that's the temperature mandala. I'm catching up, but I'm not really caught up at all. Not even close. Not even a little bit. I'm going to make this bigger so that I can pull out the big project, my baby. Oh, and this is a 14 count white Aida. Try that. You can kind of see it. But see how it doesn't pick up those lighter colors on this camera. I need a camera person to just live in my house with me, please. All right, this one is the most anticipated, I think, because I told y'all I wouldn't show you her until she was completely finished, but I have finished all of the stitching on my Dark Queen of the Sea by Autumn Lane Stitchery, and it has been a labor of love and a testament to my patience. I have never caught up. I have never been on time with a stitch along, and so I want to prove it to myself that I can finish this because she's going to go up on my wall. And all right, I'm going to unravel her. I took a few liberties with her, so I've changed a few things and made her my own. But in general, she's very nearly done. I'm on the beading stage with her, and it's an experience. You ready? I'm going to go the other way. Whoop. Look at her. Okay. I'm going to hide myself over here. So this, of course, the sun goes away again. This is my Dark Queen of the Sea. I'll go ahead and pull her off completely. I have a rod still attached. I'm using the scroll rods for her. So I'm going to kind of take you on a tour and then I'll hold her up. Okay. You move this over a little so I can. So I've changed her hair color compared to the original. In the originals, she had purple hair, and I made my own conversion with the help, there's the sunshine again, with the help of one of the members in the group. I also changed the magic to look like a skull up here, kind of a ghosty skull, because she's dark. Okay, she has dark magic. Look at her. And I have beaded all up here, and I've beaded her necklace and in her hair, but I have yet to get to the trident and all that. I've done all of the back stitching. And do you want to see the bottom? I'm so excited about the bottom. Look! I put the skull in her tentacle. So this is, in my mind, it's Poseidon's head. Now, I am not doing the back stitch of the tentacles. It is just too much for me. It'll break my brain. I'm sorry. It is beautiful. I did all of the back stitching of the trident though, and all the other places, all of her skin. So ready? I'm going to show you her face in the camera since the sun is out. it's like the cameras just don't do her justice. She's absolutely fabulous. Yeah. I also changed the color of the Trident. It's not gold. I think that my queen looks a lot darker, and that's what I'm going for. I have another surprise that I haven't put in yet, but I will be putting in today. And you'll see that next time. But I'm going to actually bring him in a little bit more again. Woo! I love doing that, sorry. I'm going to bring you in. Because I do think that the camera can pick up small details. It's just the overall project that it has a trouble with. So here you can see the effect of all of the beads on this project and how beautiful and sparkly they are. And I have not done anything with her head. That's one of the surprises that's coming. But there will be something there. And I didn't put in the triangles at the top either. But this is a beautiful, I think it's a Swarovski. I'm not sure actually. These are all Miyuki bugles and Miyuki seed beads. This right here is Petite Treasure braid, as is the gold on her bangles, which truthfully doesn't really go with everything else yet. I have ideas. I found all of my boo-boos while I was doing the back stitching because I did make mistakes. I'm a new stitcher. I made lots of mistakes, but I fudged it pretty well, I think. But yes, I have done all of the stuff there. And then you can see my little skull. All I did for the skull was I did borrow the idea from another stitcher in the Facebook group. So the skull was an alternate pattern that was released during the stitch along. I centered the skull. I took this stitch and the top stitch left and right, found the middle, made that my center point. And then I measured that against the tentacle and I found where I wanted to place it to make it make the most sense for me. And that's how I put it there. I'm sure there's an easier way to do it, but that's the way that I did it, just in case you want to do it too. It's not my original idea. I saw someone else did this and I was like, yes, she absolutely did. And it looks like she is pointing at the skull. That's the dopest thing, I think. It's sick. Love it. So what's left is the beads that go here in the Trident. You can see these are all bugle beads or twisted bugle. I think these are twisted bugle and these are just a regular bugle. And then there are, these are pearls, freshwater pearls. That's the twisted bead. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. And there are so many beads as well. So if you're curious, Autumn Lane Stitchery and Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics, they, with their powers combined, created the stitch along that Erin designed the pattern for. So Under the Sea Fabrics is where this hand-dyed fabric is from. It's called Bewitched. It's a 28 count linen, which makes her very large, but she does need to be on either 28 or 32 count because of the beads. But if you wanted to leave the beads off, I don't know why you would, but you could do it on a smaller count, but you wouldn't be able to fit the beads on. Anyhow, this is a whole learning process for me. I've never actually done a cross stitch, like a full, how do I put this? I haven't done a cross stitch kit that included beads like a lady. I've done a full beaded cross stitch kit, but I haven't completed it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it. It's probably not coming back. It's a lot of work. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but she's gorgeous, and I think she deserves some airtime. When you see her next week, she will look a lot different. But hopefully you will like her, because I love her, and James can't get over her. Like, he's just like, we need to frame her right now and put her in the living room. I'm like, we will. Just a little tip. I am using this little cauldron that was sent to me by Diamond Painting Pals. She's based in Ireland, and she makes resin cover minders and trays for diamond painting. But I went ahead and I put this like really super sticky tape on the inside, and you don't even have to press the beads down. The beads just stick lightly to it and hold. See? So it's also got a magnet on the back. So I'm attaching this to the project to help me to bead her, which is funny because she is like a sea witch or whatever, and this is a cauldron, and cute. Anyway, on theme, right? All right, let's talk plans, and I'll show you some more stuff. So, plans, news, all the good stuff. And you might want to stay for this because it's going to talk about like the direction of the channel for the next 2 months. So it's like pretty big. And it's only been 23 minutes. My floss tubes have gotten really short. I'm sorry, y'all. It's summertime. I need a sip of water real quick. Man, the sun. When it's here, it's great. We're about to hit a heat wave next week, which is going to be fantastic as well. All right, so this is the last week of August. So in this week, my plans are to finish the frame for the Witchy Stitcher Cryptids Stitch Along. Fully finish my Dark Queen of the Sea. I did hold her up. And that's all the stitchy goals? Yes, those are the 2 stitchy goals. Because on September 1st, the first part of the Cryptid Stitch Along by Witchy Stitcher releases, and I would like to be finished with the Dark Queen of the Sea so that I can move on and not feel the guilt of having her unfinished still, because that'll be 1 year. 1 year of working on this stitch along, and it'll be a nice way to wrap it up. So those are the wrap-up plans, the starts, or the things I want to do. First of all, I want to tell you about Season of Smalls, which is a kind of a stitch along type of event hosted by my friend Jessie at Mislaid Pages here on YouTube. And she is going to be doing it this year. I unfortunately cannot necessarily host, but I can participate. I want to participate. Basically, the idea is that you start something small, 60 by 60 or less, and you can do as many as you want. You just post those to Instagram using the hashtag Season of Smalls. You need to have a public Instagram account so that she can see it and everybody can see it. But for all of the finishes that are sent in, you might win a prize. And I think it's going to be probably something small. I don't know what the prizes are yet, but last year it was gift cards to our shops, but my shop is closed. Her shop has moved over to her own website. She has a website now, mislaidpages.com. You should definitely check her out because I don't know if you know, but Needlework Expo is happening next weekend, so the last weekend of August. And if you've been seeing posts from your favorite designers showcasing that they're coming out with a brand new pattern and to contact your local LNS, if you don't have one or you want one, check out Mislaid Pages. And she says, I'll have her channel linked below because you should definitely check her out. If you don't see what you want on her website, just send her an email or comment on her YouTube video or whatever. Get in touch with her because she will get it for you. She will do everything in her power to get it for you, is what I mean. So that's exciting. That is one thing that one of my friends is doing. Now, a lot of my friends are doing things, so I'd love to tell you about all of them, but these are the things that I'm participating in that I know of so far. But the biggest thing that I am committing to is I'm going to stitch another 100-hour stitching marathon for the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, along with or under Resist Stitch, Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and To Martini Stitcher. So they have created the group, the pledge, what do I want to say? Like the umbrella. They've created the event, hashtag Marathon for MMIW, which stands for Marathon for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women. It's a serious issue in the United States. And I know that I don't live in the United States, but I am American. And I feel really strongly about women's rights. I wonder why. But in general, I was asked to join them, and I wanted to join them for another charity event. So I'm pledging 100 hours, and I'm trying to raise $1,000 for the Coalition to Stop Violence Against Native Women, which is a charity that I will have linked down below. You can check out their Instagram and their website. They're doing great things. They're based in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And when I was reading up about them, I was just like, oh, wow, this is fantastic. They're very educational, and I like that a lot because I was a teacher. I have to say was now because I haven't taught in a long time. Not since 2019. But I will always be a teacher at heart. And I suppose in a way I might be a teacher here too. So I'm pledging 100 hours. That means, and I did the math, so it's starting September 1st to October, sorry, it was like August, wait a minute. From September 1st to the 31st of October, 2 months, I will make sure that I hit 100 hours on one project, which is the same as last year, Soul of the Rose by Heaven and Earth Designs. The original picture, I'll put it on the screen because this is short enough that I can do that. So this is the beautiful Heaven and Earth Designs project that I started last year. When did I start this again? Do I have that piece of paper? I do. This is a S. Ward Designs project tracker, by the way. You find these on Etsy. And if you want the links to anything that I've ever mentioned, it's in my link haven. Just look down below. So this was started March 24th, 2020. And I'm actually going to figure out where I am on the project. People ask me all the time, they ask me, what tablet do I recommend for Heaven and Earth Design? I just got the cheapest one that I could find on Amazon, this way, and it works just fine. It's very small, but you know, it was maybe 50 pounds, 60 pounds, something like that, and it's worked a treat. So according to the tablet here, I have stitched 26,000, a little over 26,000 stitches, or 12.25% of the total, 12.25, we're going to remember that now, of the overall picture. This is the edge. So this is the end of the right side, and of course the sun comes out, so bear with me. I'm going to make myself bigger and just show you like this. That's pretty good. So Heaven and Earth Designs charted this. It is a John William Waterhouse, as I said. And the lady, you saw her before. I have this needle minder. Thank you. The chart and the needle minder were both gifts. Thank you very much. I absolutely love this picture. It's one of my favorite pieces of romantic art in the world. And I have a goal of finishing this by the time that I turn 40, which I've given myself plenty of time. But that was not meant to be a brag. I'm sorry if it came off that way. I am going to do another 100 hours. When I did my last 100 hours, I started here and I got to this page. That was 100 hours. So I'm hoping that I can maybe get another row or half a row. But I still have to finish this page. So we shall see. I'm going to try a new method of stitching or parking on the second row, and we'll see if I like it better. I want to play around with it a little bit. So I'm pledging now 100 hours and $1,000 that I want to raise for this charity event. It does mean that I have to schedule about an hour and a half or a little bit over, an hour and 35 minutes each week to dedicate to this project. And I've gone ahead already, and in my notebook, or in my planner rather, I have it, where is it? September. Yeah, so like on the monthly view of September, at the end of the week, I have how many hours I need to have accomplished that week, just to hold myself accountable or to make sure that I'm able to pace myself properly, because I have a bad habit, I guess, or it's not a bad habit. It's just a habit. It's something that happens to me often, where I lose track of time, and I'm sure I'm not the only person. So by the first Saturday of September, I need to have worked on it for 9 hours or more. Hopefully I can stay above my goal, but it should be fine. It should be, I don't want to say that it's easy, but it's doable. Definitely doable. And I have been watching several stitchers, notably like Linda from Linda's 144 Hobbies, Ninja Stitcher, I think that's her YouTube name, the Rocking Stitcher. There are several people that I watch who do mostly Heaven and Earth designs, and I love full coverage pieces and I want to work on more of them, but this is my focus piece, and that's why I want to dedicate so much time to this piece, because I do want to make progress, and sometimes I just need that motivation. So for 2 months, I will be working on this piece, and everything else that I show, including the Cryptids stitch along, will be secondary to this one. I have a good method for making sure that I attain my goal when I am really, really into something, where I make it my morning piece and I drink my coffee with it, because I take a long time to drink coffee. I like to wake up slowly in the morning. I don't know about you, but when I used to work outside of my home, I would wake up 10 minutes before I had to be at work, and I would rush and put on my clothes and get to work straight away and be so tired for like 2 hours, and then I'd be awake because I would have had my coffee by then. So now I've kind of learned that I've learned more about what I like and what my body likes, and to be kinder to myself if I can be. So I wake up 2 hours before I need to be anywhere, and I allow myself that time to be grumpy and drink coffee. And while I'm doing that, I work on whatever project needs my attention. And so for the next 2 months, that's going to be this. Other plans that are coming up soon. not in August, or not in September, August, but in October, I am planning on doing mostly daily crafty chats. So the format of the channel is going to change just a little bit, where I'm going to show you what I've done in a day, or show you what I'm doing that day, and then show you the next day what I accomplished, etc. It'll be very laid back, and it will include both diamond painting and cross stitch. The videos will be a lot shorter, and the editing will be minimal, but it'll give me the opportunity to share more and maybe share more stories with you all on a daily basis, and that will happen in October. Just like last year when I did Flosstober, I'm going to bring that back again this year. I might need to find a new headdress though, because I don't know where it went. But I will rise to the occasion. I am ready for fall. Anybody else? Anybody else ready for fall? I'm so ready. Haul, I have no haul to show today. I did purchase more specialty threads for another project, but it's not worth showing. I mean, it's all things, it's the same exact colors that I've shown before, so it's just like, whatever. But specialty flosses are seeming to be a little bit difficult to find at the moment, so I went ahead and I made a big order. Probably bigger than I should have, but you know, I haven't really bought much in the past little while. I do have a bit that Jessie is holding on to me, Miss Lay Pages. She forwards me a bunch of my stuff. I get it sent to her house, and she's such a good friend. I say that every time, but I mean it. And so when probably at the end of this month, or once the fabric of the months arrive, then I will have her send the stuff that I've accumulated again, because we all know that I can't sometimes control myself. But I've done really well this year. I've done really well, I think, holding back. As far as yarn and stuff goes, yarn, knitting. Here we go. Right. 40 minutes. Okay. That's not too bad. It's not too bad, right? Actually, you can see, I'll show you a little bit of what I'm working on. But if you watch my channel, then you have seen my diamond painting. And this is just part of it. This is Finn's pants, where the fun never ends. All right, so let's see now. Did I get far since the last time? I'm not sure, because I didn't put the marker on. Well done, Rachel. I'll put in a picture of where I was before. Oh my gosh. And this is where I am now. This is my temperature shawl, which I'm using the Sonder pattern. I'm just gonna hold it up for you. I'm using Sonder by Expression Fiber Arts. And just like the mandala, I am using a different color and doing 2 rows for, you know, 1 row over and 1 row back for each day of the year. And it's making a pretty little stripy pattern there. I don't know if it's gotten any bigger, to be honest, but I did put it down for a little while. I don't remember picking it up this week because knitting has not been huge on my priority list, especially after I gave myself the limitation of trying to be disciplined and to reach the end of the Dark Queen of the Sea by the end of the month. There is going to be there are going to be a few knit-alongs coming up as well, but I don't think that I have signed up for any. I have plans. I've talked about those plans. The cat vent cowl, I'd like to do that this year because I have at least 2 yarn advent calendars coming for Advent. I don't celebrate Advent, but Advent is that, you know, leading up to the solstice or Christmas or whatever. And I have a ton and a half of mini skeins up here, but the yarn stuff, like I haven't really knitted much. And because of that, I have decided to stop purchasing from Knitcrate. I used to buy a lot of Knitcrate, and they did have amazing yarn. I have a whole, I'll show you, like one of my favorites was this one. I even went back and I purchased a whole load of this. I'm going to be completely honest about Knitcrate and all of that right now. So if you don't want to listen to me talk about yarn, then you can click away and I will see you again next week. But if you want to stay for the rant. After the apocalypse happened, just kidding. Obviously it was really difficult to source yarn and get all of that situated. But I've noticed that even now they have not really come back from the panini. So the yarns that they had in 2019 are my favorite, and everything that literally every month I have been skipping. I signed up for a wait list for the specialty quarterly box. I think it's called Mrs. Crosby's Travels or something like that. And when I saw what was coming out, I skipped that too, because they just recently changed the ability to have a colorway. So it used to be that you would be a hot color or a cold color, and you choose that, and then they give you yarn in that colorway-ish, that tone. They stopped doing that. Now it's 100% random, which I don't like, because I don't want to pay for yarn that I don't know what color it is. So for that reason, I don't need to build my stash anymore. But I'm sad, because I'm sure that the big panini did affect their production, I'm not disputing that at all. I'm just saying that the whole structure of what they're doing is something that I'm not really happy with anymore. So, and if you're wondering, this is a La Brebis, or I think that's how you pronounce it, La Brebis, light alpaca in ancient pines is 100% baby alpaca. And this is like, sorry, Mom. She's so jealous. I love you. This is a 400 yard skein. And this was made exclusively for Knitcrate. So I got the green and the red one, and I want to make a Christmas scarf. I even have the pattern for it. It's going to be so drapey. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, the only yarn club that I'm in at the moment is my Little Bish's Stitches Mini Things in Life, which is a mohair and mini skein bundle that I get every month, and I signed up for a 6-month thing, and then I think that's going to be it for me. But I do have the two yarn advent style boxes coming, and I have 2 cross stitch boxes coming, one for Halloween and one for Christmas, solstice, whatever. So that's kind of haul, I guess. They'll come when they come. The rest of the stuff, if I see something fun, I usually put it in my stories on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, please check me out at Rachel Ray Craft. I am more active on Instagram. So if you're trying to message me, please feel free to reach out on Instagram, as I tend to check that more often. And Facebook totally blocked my notifications for 3 weeks. So blocked. They didn't show me that I had messages waiting in my inbox. And it was 3 weeks after I saw them all. So yeah, that's it, everybody. I'm just rambling now. If you're looking for something really good to watch, I actually have been binge watching this YouTube channel called The Fall of Civilizations. It's a podcast. There's a video podcast format, and then there's a listening only podcast format. So, whatever floats your boat. I've been watching the video one, and it's very well put together. I can listen to that thing for hours, and it's so educational. I feel like I've gone back to school, honestly. So I highly recommend that. And I'm getting excited for the Wheel of Time series that's going to be coming out soon. And I'm also, what was the other thing? I don't remember. There's other things happening as well. Anyway, I'm going to let you go because I've rabbited on enough. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you all very soon. Take care of yourselves, and please remember just to stay safe, and I will see you all soon in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye!